Hi everyone. This is Drew. Um, I'm new to YouTube, so new in fact that um, I'm recording off a phone. I don't have a proper camera, but I have found that I enjoy making these videos. This will be my first video not voiced by AI, and I made that decision due to the somewhat controversial content. I wanted to give it the respect that it deserves. And but yeah, enjoy. Why do straight white men gravitate towards Andrew Tate? Well, the truth is that a lot of men in general gravitate towards Andrew Tate. Life has never been a cakewalk for men. It has only gotten harder in the last half century. Female empowerment movements that took hold in the 70s are still ever present today and help to even the playing field for women in a lot of ways, but especially more financial independence, more power, and more status in society. Um, However, that power, status, and money didn't just appear out of thin air. It came from men. Now let me be clear. Gender equality is a good thing, and women deserve the same benefits as men. It's not the equality or even the feminism that's the problem. The way I see it, the core problem is that society and systemic expectations of men haven't changed to adapt to the loss of power, money, and status that happened in the pursuit of gender equality. Um, Men are largely still expected to be providers and to make more money than their significant others. Society looks down on men who try to talk about the problems and labels them as complainers. Most men, including myself, feel pressure from society to just man up when faced with mental and physical issues. Man up and shut up. And if you're a white man, forget about even thinking about complaining, especially online in this day and age. Okay, so that kind of sets the stage. Then you have this individual, Andrew Tate, who bursts onto the scene and is outlandishly arrogant, which some guys believe is extreme confidence. And he's promising men that they're worth their weight in gold. He promotes an us versus them mentality, and he tells men that he has the secret sauce that they need to change their lives. It's no wonder a lot of men gravitate towards him. What personally turns me away from Andrew Tate is that I believe the charges of human trafficking and rape and other horrible things are at least credible enough to take a step back and seriously analyze the situation. Additionally, I operate under a belief of radical responsibility, which I'll explain in another video. Um, and all of Andrew Tate's talk about the Matrix every time something happens as a result of his choices, um, I just see that as a way of him not taking responsibility for his actions, or at the very least, um, deflecting that responsibility. And as a true advocate for men, I think that guys who decide to incorporate that same way of thinking actually lose some agency and control over their lives. Now, women also have their own versions of Andrew Tate. There's plenty of men hating feminists and extremists out there who manage to gather a following. So, this is not some kind of brand new phenomenon. Now, to address why most of Andrew Tate's closest and extremely loyal followers are straight white men. I am a straight white man in my early 30s, and due to some of my life experiences, I feel like I'm particularly well suited to provide insight on this, but I'll leave that up to you to decide after you hear what I have to say. I grew up in a town where I was a minority. I remember when I was a small kid, I didn't even notice skin color. I loved everyone. I just wanted to play and have fun. That spell was broken when I learned that because of the way I was born, that I was the enemy. It's even worse for kids nowadays. Go! But if you're gonna sit there, you better not get in the way. I don't care if you sit there. There's no other group of people in the world that it is so socially acceptable to openly hate against than straight white men. I know a lot about history, and I can understand why some straight white men deserve to be hated, hell, even despised. That being said, no one has control over their skin color at their birth, and most straight white men today did not participate in the crimes of the past and are just normal people with normal experiences and empathy. When certain groups in society continue to perpetrate hate against straight white men, instead of taking power away from white guys, what actually happens as a result is a small portion of white men go crazy and a still small but larger portion become radicalized. And they walk straight into the arms of people like Andrew Tate. Now, I grew up online and I can handle, shade being thrown my way. But I do feel sorry for kids nowadays that are hated for something that they played no part in and had no control over. Some of those kids will be more sensitive than others, and they will be more susceptible to radicalization. And if, as a society, we make the decision to continue to blindly hate groups of people because of their skin color, based on things they had nothing to do with, some of those people will continue to become radicalized. I believe men and women of every race and gender should strive to be kind to people by default and only change that based on each person's individual actions and not based on what group they're part of. If we all strive to do that, leaders on extreme ends of the spectrum will have a much harder time attracting a following. Those are my thoughts on the matter. If you have any input, please comment below. Please also consider throwing a like my way, subscribing to my channel. It would really help me and allow me to make more content to raise awareness for men's issues and discuss solutions for some of those issues. Don't forget, together we can make the world a better place for everyone, including men. Blah, blah, blah.